Alright, here you can see the starch water from last week's video, the seitan, where I tried to make seitan. And like I said in that video, I was going to plan to do something with this, and we are going to try to make some bacon, which sounds really strange, but that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so as you can see, it's settled. That at the bottom is what we're going to keep, and we're going to keep just a touch of water, and that's it. So I'm just going to tip out the water. That's all starchiness. So what I'm going to do now is also we'll get a bowl. We'll get one bowl. Now, from a few of the recipes I've seen, they do 2 bowls, right? One bowl is to make the kind of red stuff, and the white stuff is just kind of coloring. That's kind of the main difference between them. I am going to just do one and see how that goes. It won't look like bacon, but it won't be like streaky like bacon, so it won't look as cool. And then I'm just measuring out how much of this. Yeah, so the main reason I am doing this is just to make sure I can get my flavorings right. So yeah, we're just going to keep this. Oh wait, look at that. It's actually hardened up at the bottom. So let's say 2 cups. All right, yeah, we'll go with 2 cups. We'll go with 2 cups. So this will be my first attempt. So we need to mix it. Oh geez. Maybe a fork. So yeah, it's hardened up quite a lot, so I don't know. And this, we want to get it to like a batter consistency. So that's why the water's not too bad to keep some of that, but we want to mix it all together. Okay, that's a nice little batter we got going there. Pure starchiness. To this, we are going to add some, flavoring basically. Flavoring and food coloring, I guess you could call it, but I mainly just have flavoring. We'll see what happens. Alright, as you can see in the background, I have collected a few goodies. So we have, now some of these recipes I couldn't find all of the ingredients at my local place. Like obviously this is a kind of vegan bacon, so a lot of the ingredients are vegan. I'm just grabbing any sort of ingredients. So they use vegan Worcestershire, so we have some Worcestershire. Maple syrup, that doesn't matter. We have some agar. This is like I didn't know what this was, but apparently it's vegan plant-based gelatin. So I actually managed to find some of this, which I was really surprised. Otherwise I was just going to get some gelatin. We have bacon salt, and I believe this is also vegan. Just looking at the things, but I don't know, bacon salt and some white truffle, flavored salt with white truffle. So this was expensive. Okay, because in the recipes I see there was mushroom seasoning, liquid smoke are 2 things I couldn't find, and there's like a sort of like consomme powder as well. This should give, and I also have this dashi powder, mainly for the MSG in this, but there is MSG in this as well, I'm pretty sure, just to add a bit of extra umami flavor, along with the truffles and mushrooms. But yeah, we'll have to see, and obviously got some extra virgin olive oil as well. But yeah, so this is just hopefully, I'm glad I got the agar because that's kind of gelatin, so that will probably add to the texture. And the rest is, I guess, for flavoring basically. So that will hopefully give most of the flavor that we need. But you know what, we're going to just add a bit of everything to this. Yeah, the things, because we only need a teaspoon of this. It's a small packet, so I thought I didn't want to use like a lot. That's probably around a teaspoon. We'll just add a little bit of this stuff. Since this is just an extra I have, this is not something that necessarily needs to go in. We'll add a teaspoon of this. Oh, I can smell the truffle because the shit's expensive and I want to use it a lot. It smells really good though, this stuff. So that's the kind of truffle salt. Then we'll go tablespoon of maple syrup and half a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Just get it a little bit extra. Then we mix this around. I'm very intrigued to see how this turns out. So basically we're going to do kind of two for cooking. So we're going to first cook it into like a crepe sort of thing, very thin, as thin as possible, into kind of, crepe. So it doesn't have to cook too long, kind of crepe looking thing. Then after that, once we've done that, we are going to then, now I'm thinking either we pan fry it in kind of a lot of oil, or we'll try the air crisper. Maybe we'll do both. We'll see how it goes. And we'll air fry some bacon. It smells good as well. Woo-wee. Oh, I can smell the truffle so much. It is so very, okay. That's kind of baconish flavor. I don't know if you can see the color camera, but it's a very slight pink. The recipe I saw had beetroot powder. I don't know what else you could make it to make it a bit more ready. I guess I could add more paprika, but yeah, beetroot powder apparently. Maybe if it had some red dye, could use that. I feel like beetroot powder is a very hard thing to get, but all right, that looks pretty good. Then we'll just add in half a tablespoon of this, give it another mix around to sort of help it not stick on the pan, apparently. Get that nice and incorporated. And then we'll begin to kind of give it a bit of a fry up. Kind of intrigued. I'm very interested in how this is gonna go. So yeah, in the other recipes, they have 2 bowls, one for the red, one for the white, so you can kind of get that sort of bacon look with the fattiness, like the fat rinds and stuff, but I'm just gonna try it this way. It might not look like bacon, or maybe it will. Yeah, I think we'll just let this warm up a little. Half cup measurement should be good. Okay, and then hopefully it doesn't stick. We can pull it up, and then we just have like a stack of bacon, I guess. You want it thin. That's what I remember seeing. It's thin. Oh no! It collapsed. Oh dear. Well, you can definitely see the gelatin in action there. No. First one's a disaster. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. First one's failure. That's okay. We'll move on from this. Oh, god damn it. This is so tricky. Oh no. Okay, I fucked up again. Ooh, that's the bestest looking one yet. Actually kept its form. Last one. Last one. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a wide variety of different cook levels, and this is going to be great. So yeah, we've cooked up some of these bacons in various different stages. These are all the kind of not super cooked, but hopefully still usable. And then I can smell it. It smells so much like truffle. And this is the kind of actual ones that kept the shape. So yeah, various different stages, and we're going to do some testing. So obviously I'm going to test with this first one first. The most cooked through, bit of already crispiness on the sides, and I'm going to just cut it lengthways. No, let's just do that. Probably the most cooked through one. So we'll just do this one because it was the last one we did. So half of it we are going to be doing pan frying in oil to get it nice and crispy, and the other one we're going to be air frying and seeing how that goes. Let's just give a cheeky taste of this one, sorry. There's some really good taste to this. Salty, so much umami, and that truffle is amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, let's start. Taste wise, very good. I don't know, I think the bacon salt, very good, plus that, and definitely plus the truffle. That is just so powerful, that truffle salt. All right, let's do the pan frying first with these 3. Get it nice and crispy, that's the aim. All right, so here we have our pan fried bacon, and they are very crispy. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. These is really good. Holy crap. It's such a, how's the best way to describe this? It's very hard. It's very hard to describe this. I mean, I was basically deep frying it. So it does have that kind of deep fried-esque flavor. I wouldn't say there's too much fattiness to it. And there's obviously, yeah, not that much. There's a lot of flavor, a lot of umami flavor, but not so much any of the, yeah, kind of texture, I would say, of bacon. It's I don't know. It reminds me of a deep fried dim sum wrappers, kind of. Or like a deep fried noodle but add a bit more kind of flavor. I don't know. It's really good though. It is really good. So yeah, it's a very weird kind of texture. Obviously I made it very crunchy, this one, very crunchy. But I don't know, I'd rate this pretty high. Obviously quite edible. I don't know, it's good. Wouldn't necessarily call it bacon or fakin. Maybe because I just cooked this a bit too much, so it's a bit more crunchier. But it's really good. That leaves us with our next try, and that's using an air fryer to air crisp this bacon. So this is what we're starting off with. Like pretty similar to a pancake. So very similar. This is, yeah, very similar to a pancake. So maybe if you can imagine a deep fried pancake, that's probably actually really close to what it is. A deep fried pancake. And I keep looking at my screen instead of the camera, so I apologize. But let's go and make these, try and air fry it. See what it's like in the air fryer. So here we have bacon strips in the air fryer. And I don't know, let's go, since it's cold, we'll go air crisp. Yeah, let's do 200 and let's go 5 minutes. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. It's not too bad. Let's give it a taste test, shall we? Alright, here we have the air fried bacon. It smells pretty good. So air frying does keep a lot more of that, that kind of doughy, gelatinous, I guess pseudo. Why am I so dark? Am I dark? Well, I don't know how it's going to turn out. Yeah, so it does keep a lot of its gelatinous aspects to it. Not as deep fry. Still equally as tasty. I mean, I guess the taste doesn't change. It's just the texture that we are kind of improve or like changing up with the different extra cooking methods. I almost kind of like this more. I don't know. I think it just depends what you want to use it for. I will say, maybe I'll try some of the other bits, the ones I didn't. So this is the most cooked one from the pan. So we have other ones with the different levels of cookedness. There's not so much fattiness to this at all. Like there's no fattiness at all. So maybe cooking in some sort of fatty thing will help give that sort of bacon-ish kind of oily, fatty flavor. There's no sort of stringy fat, and it is very thin, which does help, which doesn't lend too much more texture to it. So it does make it really easy to kind of make it crispy though. And it's not bad tasting at all. Is it a replacement to bacon? Well, this is not at the moment. I'll try some of the other ones, but I'd say it's not an exact replica. It's definitely not an exact replica of bacon, if that's what you're hoping. But it is very tasty. And maybe that's because of what I used. I used a bunch of bacon salt and MSG. I think MSG really makes it pop. And also the white truffles. The white truffles really add that extra kind of cool flavor. So while it didn't necessarily taste like bacon or have the texture that I would associate with bacon, it is still very good. Still very, very good. Like I was saying, I only have the experience of bacon here. And yeah, I guess the color is not like bacon either, so maybe some red dye. But yeah, I have the rest of the other bacon, or the fakin. I shouldn't call it bacon, but the fakin or whatever you want to call it, to test out different methods. We have the ones that are very undercooked and kind of gelled together, and the ones more cooked. So this was the most cooked one. But maybe I'll add an addendum to this after I've tried out a few different methods. And yeah, give me my final thoughts. But nonetheless, it's very tasty and texture's amazing, and honestly, very, very, very happy with how this turned out. And there we have the starch water bacon. Or I'm not sure if you can really call it bacon. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bacon. I would say it's more like a pancake, bacon flavored pancake snack thingy. Yeah, so I have been, over the past couple of days, I have been trying out some other methods. Mainly doing it in the air fryer because it's super simple, much easier than grabbing out the pan. I can just chuck in the air fryer, put it on, and it's a nice little kind of snack. So I reckon this is probably, maybe not so much bacon at the moment because it doesn't have a lot of the flavors and the textures that I would associate with bacon, but it is a great snack. It is a great kind of crispy little snack that tastes really nice. And I've been having open sandwiches for lunches this week. I've been putting some of the bacon, starch water bacon, on the sandwich to make it add a bit of crunch and a bit of extra flavor, and that's been really good. It's been a great little snack to have there. So that's how I'll probably sum this all up. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bacon. I would say it's an excellent snack and kind of crisp if you want that saltiness and crispiness, and kind of like a chip, but I guess homemade, and not quite exactly a chip. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you for next week's video. Peace, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and do all that stuff. It would really help me out. I think I'm getting pretty close to 200 subscribers, which is pretty cool. So yeah, thank you all and peace out.